Every time I find myself near someone who could awaken deep feelings in me, I feel an internal pressure, as if something inside me is fighting to prevent me from fully giving myself. My mind starts searching for reasons to protect me, fearing what could happen if I let go. Although I try to find logical reasons to relax, the fear of trusting another person completely consumes me. The anxiety grows, and the idea of being open and vulnerable feels terrifying. Wisdom, how can I free myself from this emotional block and allow authentic connection and love to flow back into my life? How can I overcome the fear that prevents me from opening my heart to someone else?
The fear of falling in love again often arises as a reflection of unresolved wounds and past traumas. This fear is not related to love itself, but to the possibility of reliving old pains or making the same mistakes. Often we try to block these feelings, believing that by protecting our hearts, we will avoid new disappointments. However, by closing ourselves off from the possibility of loving again, we carry the weight of the past and prevent ourselves from living the present fully. When we find ourselves facing a new beginning, the mind tries to protect us with memories of previous experiences, believing that if we give ourselves to love, we will be hurt again. But what we often forget is that love does not repeat itself. And by not allowing ourselves to live this new experience, we are letting go of the chance to grow, learn, and reinvent ourselves emotionally. Every new experience is a unique opportunity for transformation, to rewrite the story of the heart. However, for genuine love to blossom in our lives, it is necessary to free ourselves from these fears and negative patterns from the past. Only when we are able to accept what we've lived and learned from those experiences can we take a step toward a new emotional experience, free from the limitations and shadows of what has happened. Allow me to tell a story that can help us reflect on this process of transformation and overcoming the fears of the past. The parable of the reborn tree. In a small village, there was a huge, lush tree that everyone admired. For many years, it was a symbol of strength and beauty in the place. But over time, the tree began to wither. The leaves lost their color, the branches dried up, and gradually the tree became unrecognizable. People began to believe it would never be like it once was. The gardener, who had always cared for the tree with so much love, stopped watering it, thinking that his efforts would be in vain. One day, the gardener realized that in order for the tree to flourish again, he needed to change his approach. It was no longer about trying to restore what had been lost, but about understanding that the tree had transformed and needed a new type of care. The gardener began cutting the dead branches, fertilizing the soil patiently, and watering the tree with renewed love. Slowly it began to bloom again, but in a different way. Stronger, more adapted to a new life cycle. Just like the tree, you too can transform by letting go of the weight of past experiences. It's not about restoring what was, but understanding that love can bloom in a new and stronger way. By freeing yourself from expectations and fears, you open space for something genuine and transformative. Overcoming the fear of falling in love again requires some practices that can help rewrite your story. Accept the imperfection of love. Love, like any other part of life, is not perfect. It comes with challenges and vulnerabilities. Instead of fearing mistakes or difficult moments, See them as opportunities to grow and learn more about yourself and others. Accepting love's imperfections can help release the fear of surrendering to the unknown. Redefine your expectations. Fear often arises from unrealistic expectations or the desire to control the future. By learning to redefine these expectations and accepting that each relationship has its own dynamic, you open space for more genuine love, free of pressure. Allow yourself to be surprised by the experience, and don't cling to what you think should happen. Practice self-care and self-esteem. Before opening yourself up to love from another person, it's essential to invest in yourself. When you feel good about who you are, it's easier to let go of the fear of rejection and open your heart. Practicing self-care and nurturing your self-esteem strengthens your confidence and allows you to experience relationships in a healthy and balanced way. Overcoming the fear of falling in love again is a process that requires self-awareness and patience. By freeing yourself from past traumas, you create space for more authentic and renewed love. True love is not a repetition of what has been, but an opportunity for growth and transformation. Now I ask you, how can you start to let go of the ghosts of the past and allow love to enter your life in a completely new way? Share your journey to free love in your life in the comments. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel for more content that helps build your inner self and the search for true love.